Good morning, Year 10s. This is just going to be a short video to show you how to use the graph plotting software that I've given you the link to. So what you should have used the simulation to collect data. So you've got the number of years that have passed, and this is going up in thousands of years, and you should have some data for the number of radioactive nuclei that are remaining for two different elements. Yours should be A and D. I've just made up a set here for a different element X. Okay, just so that you can't steal my data. You've actually got to use the simulation yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the data from here into the online graphing software. So one at a time, we're going to take the first column here, and we're just going to copy that data. And then we're going to go onto the link that I've sent you. Okay, so we're only going to use column A and B here at the moment. And I'm going to go into A, and just in the top, I'm going to paste all those values, and they should fill in the first 15 lines here. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with column B. Okay, and I'm going to put my data here. So you're going to plot two separate graphs here. You're going to plot one for element A and one for element B. Okay, and I want to see both of them, and both graphs need to be labeled, and then they need to have a screenshot pasted into the document that I've given to you. So again, we're going to paste into B here, and there we go. The data's in. Now, at the moment, it's not really plotting us a graph. So you click here on where it says plus trace. Now, when it says plus trace, it gives you a choice of graphs. We're going to stick with a scatter graph, though. Okay. Choose the data. Well, I want my x-axis to be time, okay, which is A on here, okay, and I want my y-axis to be B, okay, and it's plotted me a graph now, okay. Obviously, there's a few things missing from my graph, so we need a title. So you're going to give me a title. It's going to be graph to show. I'm going to let you finish that, okay. And then obviously on my y-axis, okay, that should be my number of radioactive nuclei. This one doesn't have a unit because it's just a number. This one will be essentially its time, okay, which is in years, okay, or the number of years that's passed, you can call it, okay. Now we're missing our key thing here, which is I want a line of best fit, and I'm going to click on analyze down here and then curve fitting. And when I do that, I'm going to get a choice. It just takes a moment. Oh no, sorry, I've got to click on this again. It says plus fit. So I click on the plus fit. I want to put a trace in. I don't really know what this is. I don't get a choice, so I'm just going to select trace 0. Now, in order to put a line through, it needs to decide what kind of line you want. So do we want a linear? Well, it doesn't look very linear to me. So what we're going to do is I know already that this kind of graph is an exponential. Okay, so for each of your graphs, it should fit something where it starts steep and goes shallow. So you're going to click on exponential here, okay, and then you're going to press run. I'm going to worry about anything else. And you see that's pretty much a perfect fit here, which you should find for yours as well is pretty much a perfect fit. So we need to make sure they're labeled, okay, and then you're going to take a screenshot of this with the title, with the Y and X axes labeled, with your best fit line, and you're going to put that into the document that I've given you. Okay, so the document that looks like this. Okay, and you're going to screenshot that where it says paste screenshot. Then you're going to do the second one for the second element. Now, the last task I want you to do is from each graph, you're going to take the half-life. Now, remember, the half-life, as it says here, is the time taken for the number of radioactive nuclei to decay to half its original value. Now, the original value is 100. So what you've got to do is look for the time it takes to half. So to half will go from 100 to 50. So on my graph, okay, I would go across at 50 until I hit the curve. I'd go down, and this would give me the half-life. So in this case, it's going to be about 3,000 years. Now, this is data I've made up. It's not the same as what you're using. So you're going to have to look at your own. But basically, you look at how many nuclei you start off with and how long does it take to half. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to do then. And at the end, when you're finished, okay, firstly, you should have watched the video already. You should have used the online simulation to collect the data for both element A and element D. You're then going to put your data into here. You're going to draw two graphs. You're going to paste them into the document. And for each one, you're going to give me a half-life, okay? And then you're done. Right, thank you very much. Any questions, send me an email or put them into Google Classroom into the stream. Thank you. Bye.